So I have few slides. I ideally, directly jump to the demo, and I had some more time, so I thought let me squeeze in some slides so that probably a broader audience can gain some benefit from this. Okay, David already had elaborated that I'm going to speak about how can I build a talent fit check tool. This is going to be another example with Power Apps and with GPT prompts. So stay tuned till the end while I demonstrate. Before I move ahead, yes, you can see my avatar image on the screen. Myself, Shrishti Shah, and I have been, associated with Rapid Circle for more than 3 years now, and I have total 7+ years of industry experience. I've worked a lot in Microsoft Stack, right from SharePoint Online to Teams and Power Platform. Also, a lot of work on Azure infrastructure as a code. So, this is a short introduction about myself. Let's straight dive into the agenda. So before I move on with GPT prompts, I wanted to highlight how you can use Azure OpenAI in Power Platform. Not many of us are aware about GPT, where you can find AI Hub in Power Platform. So just wanted to give a short overview, and then how you can build your own custom prompt if you don't find any of the pre-built prompts which are useful for you. Then you can go ahead and use custom prompt, how you can build one, which I have built right now for this use case. I'm going to quickly elaborate on my use case, some context and background, the technical details of the tool which I've built. Definitely, this will be the live demonstration and the resources. I've also added this solution as sample in the gallery, so you can find that as well. Okay, let's just straight away go to the Azure OpenAI capabilities in Power Platform. So right now, when I talk about Azure OpenAI, what exactly Azure OpenAI is? So we have different kind of LLM models. One is GPT 3.5 and the other is GPT 4.0. So these two variants are straight away available as part of AI Hub in Power Platform, while GPT 4.0 is this AI Hub can be in preview, but you can use already existing pre-built models along with the custom models as well. So where can you find that? We'll check later on in the demonstration. And what you can do with GPT prompts, you can either summarize the text or you can get some information from the text. Also, it can help you answer some of the questions just like the chat GPT. AI Hub, this is what I was talking about. What AI Hub does is, sorry for that, AI Builder provides a prompt building user experience that allows your users so that they can go ahead and integrate either in the applications or in the automates. The two variants, as I already elaborated, 3.5 Turbo and GPT-4 model, which is straight away available. Just make sure that this capability is not applicable for all regions. So it is limited to some regions only for of now, while this capability might be subject to usage limits, also capacity throttling. So please be mindful while using it. When I talk about GPT, you should be, aware about how you can how you can draft your own prompts. So this is the prompt builder experience. I think we just saw it in the previous demo, but I'm going to utilize the same in my demonstration as well. So I have built one such custom GPT wherein I'm taking some inputs. You can also take input from a user or from data table, just like we just saw in the demonstration. While there are different ways in which you can take input also from the Power Apps, if you are running a flow which is a user input flow, there are different ways of doing that. And you can easily share these GPT prompts with the users. They should have the valid intra, they should be the valid users and they should hold the intra account. And you can share it just like how we share Power Apps or Power Automate, and we are going to pick up our scenario. But before that, let's just quickly stop by AI prompts and what you can do with AI prompts. Build, we can summarize, we can classify, we can extract entities, we can translate, analyze sentiment, or draft a reply. These are the lot many things which we can do with GPT. Let's quickly evaluate what are the prerequisites if I want to use AI Hub and I want to draft my custom prompt. You need an environment in a region where prompts are available. Two, you need this feature which is available as part of preview right now that has to be enabled. A valid Power Apps or Dynamics 365 license, definitely. If you're going to deal with Dataverse, then Dataverse has to be installed as part of that environment, and an add-on license, which is AI Builder. These are the prerequisites which you will need before you go ahead and start creating your prompts. Now, this was all about how you can go ahead and draft prompts, how you can utilize AI Hub or AI models if you want to utilized as part of Power Platform. But to for this scenario, which we're going to talk about, I'm solely going to use GPT prompts. So let's just quickly stop by and talk about my use case. My use case is basically for all the recruitment teams, those who face challenges like miscommunication, they are tight running on deadlines, and they are dealing with cross team dependencies. And at times, this can lead to inefficiencies also in hiring process. So let's consider a scenario wherein a recruitment team is tightly running a deadline for Power Platform developer roles, and they might be dealing with some customers. There can be three separate customers for which three different job descriptions are provided by the customers, and they are running tight on, okay, I am sending this resume, this is the job description, but there is no as such efficiency. So what this tool is doing is it is reducing that gap, that hey, you add your resume, you provide your job description, and this is the summary which AI provides in return, and you share this with the recruitment or technical team, and now they are straight away landing to the technical discussions with just the detailed summary. What this tool is going to do is this tool is going to help them reduce the time spent. So I am no longer going to manually evaluate by going through the 10 pager or probably a shorter resume, but with a lot of project experience. No, I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to quickly check the summary, the AI generated response, which is going to help me whether this user or this candidate is really a good candidate before I evaluate technically in a discussion. So this is what the tool is about. The technical details, I would skip this slide probably, and let's just take a look at the demo. Okay, let's go to the experience. All I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight away. Just give me a second. Okay, I'm going to go straight away to make.powerapps.com. This is the home of Power Apps. And as soon as you click on more, you find the option for AI Hub. I have this enabled because I have created my environment in a region where AI Hub feature can be utilized. So I'm seeing this right now. And what you can see is I've created a custom prompt. Okay. This is the resume expert custom prompt wherein what I'm telling AI is, hey, take job description as input, take resume as input, but give me the information which I need. So this is my custom prompt wherein I'm asking AI that, hey, act as a recruitment expert and define the action areas like strengths, weakness, and definitely your own reflection of the profile to confirm whether the profile which I've shared, the resume along with the job description, is a good candidate or not. Let us know if the candidate is a hire or no hire. Definitely, this response which I'm going to get is AI generated. So I'm not going to straight away shortlist my candidates based on the response which AI is generating, whether this is higher or no higher, but this is definitely a good level of screening. This provides me the information that whether should I consider this candidate for the technical discussions or not. So straight away, go to the prompt settings. This is the input, the resume, the job description. If you want to add more input, you can do that as well. I am just satisfied with these two inputs. The data used, I'm not using any of the data right now. I'm going to get the data from the Power Apps from the user. So just skipping this bit. Output, how do I want to generate my output? There are two options. One is text and JSON. So JSON is right now in preview. I'm just generating in the text format and running a Power Automate flow. So just skip JSON right now. But if you have the use case wherein you want to generate responses in JSON, which will give you the key value pair, and then later on with each key value pair, you are doing something either in the front app, which is Power Apps, or in the Automate, you can go ahead and straight away leverage JSON as well. Another beautiful feature which was recently released, the model. Which model you want to use? GPT 3.5 or GPT 4? I am using GPT 4o for this prompt. You can use GPT 3.5 as well. Now this is legacy, I believe, but I am using GPT 4o, the latest one. Also, you can add some more settings. Right now, I'm not adding any of those. As you can see, I have added the resume for a Power Platform developer, and this is the job description. I'm going to quickly test the prompt so that I know whether this is going to work fine for me or not. Let's wait for a few seconds. I am not that expert in generating sound, so I'll quietly wait. Okay, I do see that it generated the response and it has generated how I wanted, the strengths, And in the detailed manner, it is added that, okay, Power Platform experience, project management experience, technical proficiency, or cross-functional collaboration. If the user in the resume has done any, the weaknesses also is quietly nicely elaborated. The reflection and treatment based on the AI, and whether this candidate is a hire or no hire. So as you can see from the detailed response, I cannot take a look at just this short summary which I've got. This is not a summary by this is not a summary, but this is a good response which I can look at, and then I can decide whether I want to schedule a technical discussion or not. So this is how AI has generated the response. Now what I did is I clubbed this with the UI facing app. This is my Power App, wherein I'm just giving a screen to upload resume. This is where I'm going to allow users to upload resume. Here, what we saw is just I'm taking input in the form of text. But no, your resumes cannot be in the form of text, right? You want to take it in the form of file. So I'm going to take it in the form of file, which is PDF, and I'm going to add another layer of AI wherein I'm going to consume AI model, which is going to take the file and convert the file into form of text, take this text and going to run this GPT model. So this is what I'm going to do. So let's just go back to the application. I'm asking user to attach the file, provide the job description. As soon as they click on upload, this will this will trigger the Power Automate flow. So let's check the Power Automate flow. This is the flow which is taking the file content, the file name, and the job description. And this is creating the file because I'm trying to create the repository wherein I want to check whether how beneficial this tool was for the recruitment team. So I'm going to store all the resumes in the repository. This is the uh, library wherein I'm storing the file which is attached from the UI. Once I get that, I am creating a variable. Just skip these variables for now. I'm running this file through the recognized text in an image or PDF document. What this is going to do is it's going to generate and get me the text information. And later on, I'm running the text. I have to, so how this image or file to text conversion happen is you have to go through the each page of the file, and in each page you also have to go through the each paragraph, and then this text gets generated, and I'm appending this text in the overall text manner and storing it in a variable. So this is the AI model which is helping me generate the results, going to the each page, the whole file, and then in each line, I'm storing text by text in the variable. So later on, I get the full-fledged text from the document. This information you can do it. This transformation you can do it later on once you build this in your use case. But any which ways you'll have to do it whenever you try to generate text from an image or PDF. So these layers will always stay there. Once I get this information, I am just storing, checking whether I'm able to get the correct resume or not in the form of text. Once that is validated, I'm passing this text in my prompt, which I've created. This is the resume expert prompt. Passing the resume in the text format. That's done. Job description I already have from the app. Later, I get the information of AI, which I am storing it in the variable and passing it in the Power App. So this is the overall scenario. Once that is done, I'm adding one more thing. There are two ways to evaluate. Either you can add in the prompt that, hey, also evaluate the overall sentiment, whether this is a good hire or no. You can do straight away in the custom prompt as well. But if not, you can also utilize the other models of AI, like analyze positive or negative sentiment. You can do that. So what I'm going to do is I have straight away run the sentiment analysis on the AI generated response so that I also get the sentiment of the response. Once this is done, I'm taking all this information back, the response which is generated by AI and the sentiment and the file, updating that in the file properties within the repository and giving this back to the Power App. So this is how the Power App will work. Unfortunately, today my credits got expired, so I won't be able to demonstrate it live, but let's just go ahead and quickly I'll show you how the UI will look like in the other browser. So this is how you're going to see. Let's just go back. This is the resume. This is the job description. As soon as I hit upload, this is going to run a flow for me. And once this evaluation is done, it takes less than a minute because I'm trying to convert the file to text. So let's wait while the Power Automate runs. And by that time, we can go to the flows. to check whether the flow is doing its job rightly or not. So let me go to the flow, edit. Oops, I wanted to go to the run. Okay, this is running. Let's see. This stage is completed wherein it has recognized, but ideally, what I've observed is generating text takes time because it is reading line by line in your document. So this is the only time which is the maximum amount of time your flow will take, and later you get your response. So you see that I've got the response from AI. This is the AI generated response, and I should now be able to go to my app and I see that, hey, I've got the AI generated response, and this is how it looks like: the strength, the weakness, the overall fitment, and whether the candidate is higher or no higher. So you can see that the sentiment was negative was due to one reason, that what I've done is I've played smart here. I've given the resume of a developer, and I've added the job description of a developer while the resume is of a Power Platform architect. Hence, my AI is saying that, hey, your resume and the JD doesn't fit together. Hence, the sentiment was negative. While if I provided the correct pair, whether the job description was of developer and the resume was of the Power Platform developer, then the sentiment would be good. Even though the sentiment was negative, but the overall AI fitment was positive for hiring. So this is the overall use case. Let me come back to my current slide. So this was a use case which I clubbed together with GPT prompt and Power Apps and different variants of AI model, like using file to text conversion and also the sentiment analysis. You can use as per your scenario. You can skip using sentiment analysis altogether. We can use GPT prompt, and we can add in the custom prompt as well that, hey, you only give me the overall sentiment at the in the response. So that can be handled that way. Demo, we saw it live, and thank you so much for listening. And I have already added this solution as part of samples gallery. So you can take this solution and you can fit it in your use case as per your use case as well. So thank you so much for listening.